Hey Formula One fans, happy to be back finally after 2 weeks, 1 week break that everyone was well deserving after another crazy triple header, including those 2 races in Italy. Here we are, back again for another race in Russia, and I am super excited to be back. These last 2 weeks have been kind of boring without Formula One. I missed doing those videos for you guys, and haven't made any in the last 2 weeks. I've been super busy with my day job, but here I am and happy to bring you the latest news again ahead of this this Sotchi Grand Prix, Russian Grand Prix. 2 weeks after a crazy race in Tuscany, in Mugello, where Alex Albon took his first podium. How did he celebrate? According to what he said, it was a bit sad actually. Alex Albon pretty much celebrated his podium alone with a steak and a tiramisu. He had an event the next day, but no friends, no girlfriend, just himself and a T-bone. Oh well, I mean, any celebration is good enough. For these guys, eating a T-bone has 3 times as many calories as they eat in a single day. But let's come back to the main news. You know, this weekend, the Russian Grand Prix, the first flyaway Grand Prix of the season, and there will only be a few others, which are Bahrain and Abu Dhabi at the end of the season. So, what can we expect? Well, first, there will be some fans in the grandstand this weekend in Sotchi. There were 3,000 fans in Mugello, but there's going to be a considerable amount here in Russia for once. We don't know how many exactly, but from what we understand, they're going to let in as many people as they can this weekend. And also, in 2 weeks' time in Germany, apparently 20,000 fans will be in at the Nürburgring. I was gonna say it. So, yeah. Where was I? Yeah. What are the news for this week? I was super excited as I saw the interviews coming in. Let's start with the records for this weekend. It is a record-breaking weekend for Formula One. I should say record-equaling weekend. If Lewis Hamilton wins the Russian Grand Prix this weekend, he will equal the number of Formula One victory of Michael Schumacher. 91 victories in Formula One. This is an all-time record, and it is a pretty big record. It's a record that nobody really thought would ever be beaten, at least not so soon. But just goes to show how good of a driver is Lewis Hamilton. Maybe a bit of luck with a 22 season race compared to Michael, who only had 17 average. Editorial comment. And other record that's going to be equaled this weekend, Kimi Raikkonen, if he takes the starts on Sunday, if nothing bad's happen and he takes the start on Sunday, he will equal Ruben's Barrichello records for total number of races started in Formula One with 322. A record that could be broken again next year if Kimi retires and Alonso does the full season. So that's actually pretty cool. I mean, we are in a record-breaking weekend, and we should be happy about it. I mean, most victories, most races to veterans who enjoy the sports, who have been entertaining us for all these years, and now here they are at the peak of what they can do. We spoke of Alonso a few moments ago. Well, this week he was at the Renault factory back home for a simulator, a session, meetings, catching up on what will be the plan for next year and what he needs to do to help the team, and of course, seat fit for the 2021 car that he will drive. He is obviously happy to be back, and I believe everyone is. As he said, not many things changed at the factory. Yes, it's more modern, there's more high-tech equipment, but overall it still feels like home for the Spaniard, who will come back in Formula One next year after 2 years away from Formula One. What else do we have? Talk about Alex Albon in the beginning. Let's talk about Red Bull. According to Max Verstappen, this could be a tricky weekend for the Austrian team. Yes, they have what they believe is the second best car on the grid, but Verstappen is a bit pessimistic, thinking that the midfield team will close the gap a little bit this weekend and that they could be fighting also for a podium, not just the Mercedes and the Red Bull, which could spice up things on Sunday. I think we all want that. Will the Mercedes dominate? Probably, but after that, we've seen the last few races, it's pretty much anybody's guess. And that includes maybe Alex Albon for Verstappen. Now that he got his first podium, maybe this will give him the confidence that he needs to continue and just try to fight now with Max a bit more. But also the Racing Point. We have to talk about Racing Point. Again, this week, Lance Stroll will have upgrades on his car that Perez will not have, all due to Lance's crash last race. Yes, if you remember, Stroll had a big crash, and he had upgraded parts on his car that were not fitted to Sergio. And this weekend, normally both cars would have had the upgrades, but again, it will only be Lance because he is ahead in the championship. But maybe Perez can still do some miracles. We saw it in Mugello. He did qualify in front of his teammate. And Sergio also still looking for what to do for the next season. He admitted that he talked with quite a few teams. Nothing decided yet, and still some of these teams may just be a dream. He says that within maybe next week or the next 2 weeks, he will know a bit more clearly what options are realistic for him for next year. So we'll see. And he's also admitting that a few things are starting to be hidden from him at the factory and within the team, knowing that he's leaving at the end of the year, which is also not great if they plan to fight for third in the championship. But that's how Formula One works. You don't want to reveal all your secrets, especially if they are concerning the upcoming season. Speaking of the upcoming season, let's talk about Ferrari, who are coming with upgrades on their car here in Sotchi. They will try different parts to try and close the gaps to the other teams, try and figure out where everything is failing and improve. They don't think that they're going to be fighting really higher up this weekend. It's all about trying to really figure out, are they going in the right direction? They're trying to make baby steps at the moment, but just to really figure out if it's worth it. If the parts that they have are not giving the result that they expect, they will go back to the drawing board. So Ferrari, again, it's going to be tough. Maybe fighting for a place or two. I mean, Charles Leclerc is doing miracles with this car this year, while Sebastian, who's going to Racing Point, is having trouble. But again, we will see. What else do we have? Do you like rumors? Yes, I think you all like rumors, because Formula One without rumors is like a cake without icing, right? It's nice but not sweet. So rumors are that ancient Ferrari boss Stefano Domenicali will take the place of Chase Carey at the head of Formula One for 2021. Domenicali worked with Ferrari up until 2014. After that, he left and is currently the CEO of Lamborghini. But that would also be a very good figure to have at the head of Formula One. Like, you know, Chase Carey is currently the big boss representing Liberty Media, and Domenicali would be someone that knows about Formula One, that knows about the sports, someone that can really help rebuild it the way that they want. And that is really funny when you think about it. The fact that should this be confirmed, I believe it's only a matter of days, maybe a week, just to finish that detail. The top three at the head of deciding what is coming for Formula One would be 3 ex-Ferrari team members: Domenicali, Jean Todt at the head of the FIA, as well as Ross Brawn, who's also working with Liberty Media to help promote the sports and help with the rules. So that is really funny in a way, but you know, it also just shows that now they want to really bring Formula One where it needs to be, with people who know about the sport, who know about Formula One, who know what it takes to have great races and what you need to do, and that can also help maybe avoid playing too much in the gray areas of the rules. And how about we finish the day with Williams. They were heartbroken after the Tuscan Grand Prix. George Russell spent 56 laps of that race in a point finishing position to end up 11th at the door of his first ever Formula One point, mostly because of a bad restart after the second red flag. According to the man himself, George Russell, it was a very tough mental experience. It's been really tough on him, knowing that he only got himself to blame for not getting this point for Williams, that they deserve so much after making so many efforts. They want to be back to be fighting for points on a regular basis, not 5 and 6. We know it's not possible right now, but if they can just fight for a point or two here and there once in a while, they would just be so happy, and they deserve it. They made a big step since last year. They will try to come back strong in Sotchi. Hopefully they can. They have the potential for sure. They have a good driver lineup that is also secure for next year. They have new ownership, new money coming in. They have now what it takes to just get back to their former glory. Williams, the second best team in Formula One history. So that's it, guys. I thank you for watching. Please hit the like button, subscribe, leave a comment, tell me what I should improve if you like these little vlogs, and I will see you tomorrow, or I should say on Friday, whatever days you're watching this, after the practice session of the Sotchi Russian Grand Prix 2020 10th round of the Formula One season. Thank you guys. Take care.